Eddie and I had a very romantic and special first date at Cafe Driade in Chapel Hill. So much so that the table where we had our 4-hour date, and we knew in that moment we were going to be together, at least for a little while. At the table where we had that date is where we got married. That's how special it was to us. And so we have a wedding anniversary, and sure, we look, that's fine, but we really celebrate our first date anniversary, which is October 22nd.
That is special.
It is special.
How did you know?
I just knew. You just know.
But what was the feeling? Was it in your gut? Was it
always.
In your head?
It's always in my chest. That's where there's a settling that happens in my chest. Like, oh.
Was it the conversation, the looks, the shoe size? What was it?
It's the pheromones, duh.
The pheromones.
All starts with pheromones, chemical, baby.
Yeah, baby. In October, Sarah celebrates the pheromones.
Yeah, man, and Halloween, best month ever.
Come on now. So what's your homemade holiday? I'm loving this topic because you get an intimate look at what people value, and what people celebrate. I think it's really cool that you celebrate your first date anniversary much more than your wedding.
It's true. And then yesterday I met a woman while I was waiting for physical therapy in the waiting room. We got to chatting, and she said that her daughter had a baby that came 2 months early, so it spent 2 months in the NICU. And on the day the baby came home, I get goosebumps. I've told this story a few times. They call it Family Day, and they celebrate. They now have 3 more children, and they have a big day that they just celebrate as a family. They give each other presents.
That's so cool.
I just love it. And her grandma's now invited. So I think it's so cool that, it's just, I think that they are so much more poignant than the ones dictated by our calendars.
I totally agree. The ones that corporations don't sort of stimulate.
Yeah, buy stuff.
Buy stuff. Russell Stovers, we see you.
I mean, I'm going to buy candy.
Oh, yeah. Jen and Raleigh, you've got a homemade holiday. Tell us all about it.
I call it my second birthday. I had to have open heart when I was 15, and to repair my heart, they actually had to stop it for 30 seconds or so, and then they had to restart it. So kind of like I was reborn, so it's my second birthday.
I love that. That is, and so how do you celebrate? Do you have a specific way? Does your whole family celebrate it?
Mom used to humor me and bake me a cake on my birthday, on my second birthday.
You would think she'd throw you a party, because I know I would. I'd be like, there's no humoring. I would be celebrating.
Wait a second. Sarah, you have that heart mold from your Kali Ma cake that you could let her borrow.
I do. I do.
That's great.
So,
I'm sorry. Should I explain what a Kali Ma cake is real quick?
Yes, of
My
course.
husband,
rule the world.
So my husband and his best friend Josh and my son Luca love Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones. And so they always were joking about Kali Ma always turned into a tickle fest with my son. So for Eddie's birthday, I baked him a cake that looked like a torso. It was a sheet cake, and I bought a anatomically correct mold, and I melted a bunch of red gummy bears, and I put it in the cake, and there was no candles. He had to go into the cake and pull out the heart.
There you go. What do you think?
I love it. I love it.
We
I
love
definitely
you,
would do that.
and we love that homemade
Love you
holiday.
guys too.
That is fantastic, and I'm glad that the surgery was successful,
Yes.
and you're with us, and you can celebrate that every single year. Call us the next time you're celebrating your
what
second
day
birthday.
is it? What day is it?
August 16th.
All right.
I love it. All
We'll
right,
talk to you
thank
then.
you for calling, Jen. Have a great day.
You guys too. Thanks.
I just think that's fantastic.
Oh, me
and
too.
Something you and Jen have in common is both of you are celebrating dates where you got a new lease on life. Hers, as you just heard,
An actual.
and yours, you thought you were going to be murdered in the woods for a moment.
I did. Well, now I have to explain that. So Eddie brought me bicycles. We went for a bike ride before we went through the woods to get to Cafe Driade. So he parked the bike at one point, and I said, "Oh God, this is the part where I get murdered.
This is it.
This is my Dateline moment."
Uh-huh.
But it was just a date. Yes. Instead, it just turned into a date moment. Thank God.
Oh,
no
okay.
Dateline moment.
Well, good.
That's part of the psychology. That's part of Eddie's game. Makes you feel like you're gonna die, and then when you don't die,
The
like,
relief
wow, I
and the
really love him.
endorphins.
Yeah.
the relief and the endorsements stimulate.
Not the endorsements, the endorphins.
The endorphins. The
He's
endorsements.
not trying to sell me anything, I hope.
Yes, he is. He's trying to sell himself. I'm great. Love me.